Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, Instagram chooses what I read for a week. So I did 3 polls for 9 different books and obviously like 2 against each other, and it's going to be really hard. Do I tell you all the books I'm going to be reading now? Because I did the poll about a week ago preparing for this video because I'm pre-filming a lot because I'm going away soon. So by the time this is up. So I'm going to tell you what books. So the first poll I did was, I can't remember what books were against each other, I completely forgot, but was these 2 books, and Love Theoretically won, and I am so happy about it because this is like Ali Hazelwood's new release and I'm very excited for it. I just read the back for the first time and it just sounds so good, so I'm really excited. And I've enjoyed Ali Hazelwood's books in the past. I mean, obviously they're not my favourite. I do find them quite confusing considering they're like STEM, but I just think they're a fun time. You know, like if you need a quick, easy, fun read, Ali Hazelwood's books are the thing. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Then the other 2 books that was against each other was these 2, and Weather Girl won. And again, I'm so happy this one. Oh, I remember it's from next to the X because I put them both against each other because they're from the same author, and this is going to be the first book I read from this author. I've heard about, what was it called? Tomorrow. No, I've heard about Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and I've heard about the second book in there. I think it was See Tomorrow, something like that. But I haven't read them. And then I've heard it, and I saw Weather Girl and the X in the works for £5 a while back. So this is the one that won, and I'm kind of glad that this is the one that won because I kind of wanted to read this one first, since this one at the moment sounds more appealing to me and sounds more interesting to me at the moment. Like, this is kind of what I'm in the mood for. And then lastly, these 2 were put against each other, and unfortunately yours won by Tessa Bailey. Now I'm very nervous to start this because last month I read Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, which is technically like the first book in this like duet, but you can read them as standalones, I believe. And Secretly Yours I rated 1 star. I did not like it at all. It just was not my thing. I just didn't like it, and so I'm really worried about this one in case this is like the same case, considering it's like in the same universe and you know whatever. But I'm hoping I'll like this a bit better, but I'm just really scared. I'm really scared to read this, but I'm hoping I'll like it because it is arranged marriage, like marriage of convenience kind of thing, I believe, from the cover anyway. But it says Tessa Bailey returns with the hilarious follow-up to Secretly Yours, in which a down to her look Napa Harris suggests a mutually beneficial marriage of convenience to a man she can't stand, only to discover that there's a fine line between love and hate. So it's an enemies to lovers, convenience of marriage. It just sounds like my thing. It does sound good, but like I said, I'm still kind of scared because I didn't like it. But that's enough of the rant. So I think I'm going to start with Unfortunately Yours, for the pure fact of it's the one I'm scared for, and I just kind of like want to get it out of the way in case I don't like it so that I can get to these 2. As much as I really want to start Love Theoretically first, I actually really want to start this. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to wait because I'm scared for this one, and I believe this one seems thicker, but it actually isn't. It's just the pages are thicker. So yeah, I'm going to go and start this. Hopefully I'll finish it today. That is my goal. But yeah, so I'm going to go and start Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. So I thought I'd give an update. So I am 86 pages into Unfortunately Yours, and it's not as bad as I thought it was. Like, I'm intrigued. Like, it's okay. Like, obviously I'm not far into it, but it's definitely not a 1 star at the moment. Like I said, I am more intrigued in this than I was Secretly Yours. Secretly Yours, we're not even gonna go into, but this is definitely better. Secretly Yours. So I am going to continue reading. I am going to do the audiobook for the pure fact of I'm editing. I've got so much editing to do. I have like 4 videos to edit, which is going to take me forever. Probably won't actually do that all tonight because it's already like past 12. But for now, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook and do some editing. Okay, so it's the next day and I have been reading Unfortunately Yours. I only read one chapter after the clip from yesterday because I just got way too tired. Like, it was after 12 and I was like, I just can't. I didn't even do the editing that I was supposed to. Well, I started it, but I didn't even complete the editing I was supposed to be doing. But all day today I have been, well, most of the day today I have been reading this, and I am definitely enjoying it more than I did the first book. Let's just say that. Like, this is sitting at like a 3-star read for me at the moment, which is still good. It's like an average thing, but yeah, there's still like a few things that are really cringy, a few scenes that I'm just reading like this at, like, why would you say something like that, or why is this being said, why is this being done? But everything else is just a fun time. If you want something quick and fun and, you know, easy to read, light-hearted, this is definitely the book you should pick up. But yeah, obviously it's better than the first one, let's just say that. And yeah, so I am going to finish it off because I really don't have much left. I am currently on page 287, so I really don't have much left. So I'm just going to go and quickly finish it off, and then I'll give you all my last thoughts and opinions on this book. Okay, so it's a little while later and I have now finished Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. I did decide to give it 3 stars in the end. I did really enjoy it. It was nice to read. There was some funny moments, there was some like lovely moments, you know, all that sort of clip. But I also wanted to point out one thing that I didn't like was the fact that it was in third person, and that's the other thing I didn't like with the first book as well. I read third person, but I don't know what, I don't like it. I find it very hard to like keep up with, kind of thing. So yeah, that's one reason why I didn't like it. There was also some cringy moments, like I said, but it was a fun time and I would recommend it, to be honest, if you love kind of enemies to lovers, arranged marriage. But just to warn you, I felt like the romance in it happened really fast, considering there was enemies to lovers. Like, there wasn't really much enemy to the lovers. It was all kind of lovers, but either way, it was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable read. But now I forgot it over there and I'm going to go and grab it in a minute. But I am now going to start Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. So I'll give you all an update once I have one. So last night I started finally Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. It took me a couple of days since my last clip to actually start it, probably about 2 days, because I just didn't have the motivation to read and I decided to just give myself a break. But I got back to it last night and I got to page 64. I'm still struggling to pick up the book, not the book itself, I'm just struggling with the motivation to read, which is quite difficult. But at the current moment, I am enjoying it. I stopped last night because I got way too tired and I thought I'd just continue it today. Now I'm starting late in the day. It's currently 4:07. So I'm not going to get much read, and I'm supposed to be getting this book read and another one for this video. Am I going to do that? Probably not. Not unless I just read constantly without stopping. I mean, I could do it. It's just the struggle of like, do I read or do I edit? Because I've got so much to edit, like so many videos to edit. It's overwhelming. But I'm just going to read and then worry about the editing later, because if I don't read, there's no editing this video, you know what I mean? So yeah, at the current moment I am enjoying it. I can't remember if I read the back, but I'm thinking the basis of this is it's about Elsie, and she works with someone and like they're friends, and then her client, I'm not sure, who she's having to be the fake girlfriend for some reason. She meets his older brother of her favourite client, though. Meets his older brother, who she doesn't get along with at first, and then it starts to become more. That's the basis of from what I've got off the book, and at the current moment, 65 pages in, I am enjoying it. At the moment, you've seen like some of the fake relationship that she's having with his younger brother, and like they've kind of had a moment where he's trying to catch her out because this is my guess. I think that he kind of knows it's fake. I don't know, but that's my guess. I think he knows deep down. But yeah, I am going to read some more now. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to stop getting distracted. I'm just going to do it. So I'll be back with you all when I have an update.
If we could run it back. And do you wonder if we could run it back? If we could run it, if we could run it back? And do you wonder if we could run it back? All of the things I didn't know, I had to get out down the road inside of the same old.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly do an update. So I've read quite a bit and I'm on page 173 and I'm at the point where like things are starting to happen. The only problem is I am a little bit bored, if that makes sense, because not much is happening, if that makes sense. Like you're starting to get into the story but nothing's really happening, if that makes any sense at all. Also, Elsie, I just find she's really dramatic with like small situations. Like so tiny and she's just so dramatic about it. It could personally be me. But I just feel like I don't feel any connections between the characters. I'm not a big character personally. But I don't know. I've still got to give it a chance. But as you can see in the corner right there, I decided to do the timer method because straight after the clip that I told you about, I started reading and then I went straight onto my phone, went on TikTok straight, and then I went from TikTok to play music and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm putting my foot down on myself. I've got to read. So I decided to put myself an hour timer because I find timers do motivate me sometimes and it is working. So that's what I'm doing and it's right there so I can see it. But I do feel like I have read a lot within not even an hour yet. I've still got 21 minutes left. But I do feel like it is working because I'm getting through this now. But I don't have much left. Well, that's a lie. I have just over half. But I'm hoping it won't take me long to finish. If it's took me about an hour to read half, I'm hoping it will only take me another hour to read the second half. We'll see. But what time is it now? It is currently 6:30. So hopefully I'll finish by 7:30. But we'll see. But I am reading this and I'm listening to some music, like peaceful music at the same time. But I might change the playlist and see if they have one for Love Theoretical. You know, Pacific playlists you can get. Because sometimes I listen to like rain or like, you know, 4-room things. Or I listen to like peaceful, like kind of classic music. Or I will sometimes listen to the playlist of the book, but I do get distracted by music easily because I know quite a lot of music and I know quite a lot of words to a lot of music, so I just end up singing and vibing. But let's have a quick look. There is one. Oh yes, there's loads of Taylor Swift in here. Okay, great. So I'm going to listen to this playlist as I am. So yeah, and I'm going to continue. So I thought I would just let you know that I am on my second hour. So we're hopefully going to get through a majority of this within that hour. Okay, so I'm now on page 234 and we have an Olive and Adam appearance. Like, I'm loving it. It's a fun scene, let's just say that. And I love the fact that we are seeing other characters that we know and we're still getting like that story. And seeing that our characters in this book is led about their story. It's just, I absolutely love it. It's so cool. Definitely my favourite thing so far. I'm just going to say that. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading now that I've let you guys know that.
If we could run it, if we could run it back. And do you wonder if we could run it back? If we could run it.
Okay, so last night I finally finished Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood and I decided to rate it 3.5 stars. Near the end I actually really enjoyed it, like just a little bit over halfway. It got so much better. I felt like the first bit was a bit slow though, and I started to like the characters a bit more, like Elsie and Jack. I felt like they was great together and I did start to kind of feel the chemistry a bit. But I would highly recommend this. It's one of those things where I liked it and I would recommend it. That's why it's 3.5 stars. But now I am going to move on to Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This hopefully shouldn't take me long to read, but we will see. So I'm going to go start reading this now. Okay, so it's a little while later. I look terrible like that, but I just thought, I haven't started this yet. I haven't had the motivation to read anything, but I'm just about to start it. because I just need to put my foot down with myself. I'm really struggling to pick up books recently. I don't know what it is, but I am going to pick it up. But I just thought I'd explain a bit about like what it's about, because the last clip was a bit rushed because I was trying to hurry because my sister was in my room. Like, and she was like watching TikToks and stuff, and I asked her to be quiet for a second, but now I'm in the room by myself, and I just thought that I would explain it a bit. So as far as I know from this, of what I've heard and from what I've read on the back, it's basically about someone called Ari who works for a TV meteorologist. I think I've said that wrong. But her boss is fighting with her ex, and so then something like goes down, and then they have to, her and then like this other guy who's also involved somehow, has to try and get the boss and her ex to work things out, kind of. I'm going to read the back so that you can it sounds better. Ari Abrams loves working as a TV meteorologist, but unfortunately her boss is so busy fighting with her ex, who happens to be the station's new director, there we go, that there's always a storm brewing inside the newsroom. After a particularly explosive shoutdown, Ari and Shy Sports reporter Russell hatch a plan to get their bosses back together fast. As they work to help for sparring exes fall back in love, Ari finds herself telling Russell things that she has always kept hidden, and soon realizes there's more to her quiet colleague than meets. It seems like love might have been in front of Ari all along, but will Russell be able to embrace her dark clouds as well as her clear skies? It just sounds like such a cute, fun, interesting romance, and I feel like that's kind of what I need right now. So I am going to start it. I'm gonna put the phones down because I have just been listening to Taylor Swift music and going on TikTok and just all that stuff. But I'm going to pick up this book because it's almost 7 p.m. and I was supposed to read 4 books today, but that is not going to happen. So anyway, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go and read. So I'm on page 50 and I am really enjoying it so far. Things are just starting to happen where they have now agreed to try and get their bosses back together. So things are starting to happen, which obviously it's quite quick, but in a good way. I feel like obviously we're going to see most of like their plan, and then like obviously their romance and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to continue reading. Okay, so I've read not much more, but I just had to go and have like a walk around, have a bit of a break because I was drifting off. Now it's not because of the book, I just want to, make that clear. It's just for the pure fact of I am struggling to stay awake. I'm so tired, I don't know why, but I am loving this and I'm like nodding off and I'm just like, no, don't fall asleep, you don't want to miss stuff. So I lay down, I was nodding off. I was like, no, so I sat up and I was nodding off sitting up. And then that is when my mum was like, go and walk around. So I did. And I went outside. I walked around outside for a bit. And then I also did make myself a coffee because I'm hoping that would help me stay awake. Because I want to get as much read as possible. I want to try and finish this. And so I'm determined I'm not going to fall asleep. Plus, if I fall asleep now, it will ruin my routine. And I don't want that. So it's 8 o'clock now. Hoping to finish very soon. So I'm going to go and read some more, and I might give you like another update when I hit maybe like 150 pages, so that I've got something. But I just thought I'd give you an update on what's happening. So yeah, I'm going to continue reading it. Okay, so it's been an hour since my last update, and I've now got to page 142. I find I'm reading this a little bit slower than what I normally would because I am tired and I'm really fighting it. But it is 9 o'clock now. Well, 7 minutes past. Yeah, 7 minutes past 9. And I am really enjoying it, and there's just a cute scene that happened that I absolutely loved where basically Ari, she accidentally fractured her elbow, and so obviously she can't move it, and then Russell is like helping her change into her pajamas. But that it doesn't sound like a cute scene, but if you read it, and then like their moment afterwards was just really nice, and it was kind of like a realization kind of scene, and where it was like known, if that makes sense. But I don't know, I absolutely loved it. I feel like progression is also happening with the two bosses, but I don't know, obviously that is still the storyline, but you are also getting like their romance into it as well, because obviously but it's very fun. I'm loving it so far. But I am going to continue because I am hoping to finish it tonight. I think I might. I don't know. We'll see. Because obviously I haven't got much left. I've got like this left, this side. So I'm just under halfway through. So I think I could do it if I just stick to doing this, like just read. But I am getting through it slower than what I normally would, but I am getting through it. And you know, so yeah, I am going to go and continue reading. I'm thinking of maybe switching to the audiobook, because I was listening to like rain sounds as I was reading it, but I'm thinking of switching to the audiobook to help me, because I'm starting to get a headache and my eyes are like hurting, but I don't want to stop, so I might switch to the audiobook. And I am also going to switch to my the book, but on my tablet, so that I can be more comfortable, which is probably a bad idea because I might fall asleep, but you know, I'm going to make sure that I don't. So yes, I am going to go and continue reading now.
If we could run it, if we could run it back, and do you wonder if we could run it back?
Okay, so it's quite late. It's almost 12. I think it's like half 11. But I've just finished Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon, and I think I'm gonna rate this 4 stars. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. There's a few things where I was like, if only it had gone this way, or if only this had happened, but I think that's what happens through most books. But otherwise, I absolutely loved it, and I love that the third act conflict wasn't too long, and I felt like it was kind of needed for the situations. I would also check the trigger warnings for this book, because there is a big representation for depression, and like there was times where I just related to it a lot, and I understood what the character was going through, which on a different level was great, because like I understood, I could relate to it. I just felt like it was done really well in this book. I mean, some people might have different opinions, but from my experience personally, I felt like it was done well. But yeah, I love this book so much. And if you're just looking for a fast-paced, quick, fun read, it'd be great. So I highly recommend these. But that means I have now finished with this video. These are the 3 books that Instagram chose for me, and I feel like it was great. I mean, this one was a 3-star, I believe, 3.5, and then 4-star. Like, we went in order, and I had a great time reading all these, and I feel like Instagram chose great, like perfectly. I feel like you knew my taste of books. But that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave this emoji. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you want. It's free, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.